We all good. We all good. You know, welcome, everybody, back to another session of the Round Table with Goderick. Glad y'all can check in. You know, the topic of the day is clear election ideals or something of that nature. It's all the same. You know, there's been a lot going on this week, y'all. Let me tell you, you know, it's so many things happening, you know. So I thought I would come out and kind of like let y'all know that my guest today is clear mind, real life, and right and wrong. And those are our guests today, including ourselves. You know, so we're going to get into some things today. We're going to talk about, but before we could do some things we can talk about, first we got to, let's like put ourselves in the frame of mind of let's take off our democratic, us being black, let's being this, let's being that, and let's just sit on the couch and sit in our chairs in our office and just take a minute, a breather to just be human beings for a minute. You know what I mean? Like that human being that we were when we were kids before we knew what we were, what color we were, where we came from. You know, we were just like sponges. So let's take this moment to be a sponge today, y'all. Some real life stuff, you know, and then take a little notes on what we're talking about. And then when we finish this segment, you want to go back to, you know, be doing whatever you're going to be, and you being this and you being that and whatever. Maybe take a minute to look over your notes. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to chime in on some things today, come on in. We're going to have a clear sponge topic today. Okay? So I'm going to start it off with the idea of what clear is. Was, you know, a lot of folks think clear is just clear. Well, clear is like water. Bruce Lee said it himself. Clear is like water. It can flow anywhere, everywhere, at all times. It don't care what color you are. Don't care about none of that. It just clears that. It only cares about where it's going and what its function is from where it's going. So with that in mind, let's just start with, you know, we'll go with Ice Cube today, y'all. Let's go with Ice Cube today. You know, it's really, really clear. If you don't think it is, take a good look at it. It's really clear that when you step outside of any certain situation that they pretend to think that you are or that you used to be associated with, they want to pull you back in, you know. And that's a real serious thing that needs to be looked at right now, because from a clear advantage point from looking at it, you can see that, like Donald Trump, they loved him. They was loving him, like he said. And I don't want to talk about all the stuff that you heard over the YouTube all week about this and that. We're going to kind of break it down on another level, but, you know, they all loved him like they did Donald Trump, okay? And the minute that, like Donald Trump, who didn't have to do it, he didn't have to do it, that man don't have to do it. Trust me, he really don't. He got movies. I work in Hollywood. He's well known. He get movies, Hollywood Walk of Star, all them things. He didn't have to do it. Same with Donald Trump didn't have to do it. But when it comes down to this, a clear understanding that needs to be applied, he stepped up to the plate. Okay. Now, I was amazed when I heard that he had a group of people, whoever they were, to write this plan he had for America's contract with America. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, my first thought was, what's your angle? What you getting paid, Cube? What's, you know, what? You know, I mean, you was one who was basically saying F the police when you first came out, you know, then you was rapping about Donald Trump, don't vote for him, and, you know, so, but where'd you come from? Okay, what's your angle? You know, I always got this thought, maybe a lot of y'all might think, you know, what's the angle with rich people when they start getting involved in stuff that they could have been involved in, but they didn't do? You always got to be skeptical, you know. So I had to take my time this week and really first I heard the story on YouTube, down, you know, he back in the platinum plan and all that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I got a chance to see the Roland Martin show. Now, how many of y'all seen that? That Django, not Django, what was the dude named Samuel Jackson character, tried to reel him back in to the house, okay? He tried to reel him back into the house, okay? And he tried to put things in the man's mouth that he was trying to say, and it was, you know what, it was really clear for him and for me, I don't know about for you guys, when he just said, I'm going to go on and then say what I got to say. So I saw his interview. I saw his interview with Roland Martin, and I'm going to tell y'all what I took from it. I watched Roland Martin try to, first when he tried to assassinate him by not having knowledge on the slow tip, he couldn't do that. Okay? After that didn't work, he tried to go into where he's more qualified. You know, he'd been in the White House and he did this, and Cube asked him, what you go there for? You know, he stuttered a few times because well, I'm a journalist. No, and to me, no, you're not a journalist. You're an assassinating spy for the Democratic Party. I don't know about y'all, back in the 60s and 70s and 50s, a journalist was a person that simply reported the story. He gave it to the people. His job was to find the story, put it on the table, then let y'all figure it out. Everybody take their sides. Kind of like what Donald Trump is doing. He's showing what a real president's supposed to do. He's supposed to pick a side. He's supposed to bring the facts to us and lay it down and let us vote on it, and then we decide. So that's bottom line what it was, you know? And so by him doing that, Roland Martin is not a journalist, okay? And that was very clear, okay? Because the whole time he kept trying to reel the man back in to his position that he felt and that Black America felt he should be in, okay? Like this man has an open mind. Now, what did Cube do, y'all? Did y'all see it? What did he actually do? What he actually did was he stayed in the middle. He stayed formless. This is one of the laws. You wrote a book called The 48 Laws of Power. It's a law in there called stay formless. Because when you stay formless, then you can move on both sides. The minute you pick a side, you stuck there. Let's just get 100. Once you pick a side, you stuck there, and then there's no other way of going to the other side, hearing the other side. And if the other side is correct and you wrong, you still got to be wrong because you picked a side. So Cube did a 48 Laws of Power move, which was, I'm staying formless. And what he said was, I went to both parties. Did he not? That's what he said. I'm going to go parties. I'm presenting my American contract. And when he did that, what party, which we know what party was, Democratic Party, was like after the election. That gave me a chill up my spine. The Republican Party was like, well, look, we already working on the platinum plan. Why don't you come talk to us? Now, what did all that scenario, what did you guys think that meant in an election cycle? What did that tell you in an election cycle? Okay, to be clear for your vote, if you had to look at it from a clear standpoint, what did that tell you? Well, it told me one party is like, you know, we come every 4 years and we promise y'all a lot. Okay. And so right now we can't really come and promise you guys that right there, right now, because the other party already hit y'all with that. Plus they've already been doing stuff toward that. Plus they got opportunity zones toward that. And we know we can't fool y'all with the haberdashery, so we're going to put it off. Like a job tell you, you know you got the promotion when they know they got their friend in line for the job, and you go say, well, what's my, they like, well, we're going to wait till after promotion time or after the Christmas holiday. You know what I'm saying? They put that's that push off, okay? Which what the Democratic Party has been doing, is pushing off. Put it off. As we get to the election, then we'll slowly take it away. But now, the other side said, sit down and talk with Q. Q made it clear. I'm not with them, where the party was going to be with the plan. That party sat down. They adopted some of his plan. They told him, tell me what you want to know. How many times have we seen Donald Trump we go to a crisis, he go get everybody around, sit down with a round table. Okay, he don't make decisions just based off his cabinet. Come on now, y'all know we don't. He sit down with a bunch of folks and he get a round table idea. So he told Q to come like he do everybody else. He may not be in a meeting, but he sent his people. Sit down, have a round table. Let's discuss what your plan is and see how short we are. Okay, that's humbleness. Okay, the other side is arrogant. We gonna win like that last part when Hillary was there. We don't gotta meet with y'all. Biden said the other day, I ain't got to show y'all nothing. We ain't got to tell y'all. I ain't got to tell y'all. No. You need to show us and tell us. So when Q went there and sat down with them, they took some of his plan, okay? And so right away, some folks on both sides said, okay, one side said he was crossing over and selling out, and one side said he was with Donald Trump and the Platinum Plan. Q came on and made itself transparent and clear. No, I'm not. I got my own plan, but this party said that. And even when he could blast out the Democratic Party and them suckers who wanted to say something, he held his ground because his whole agenda is what Donald Trump's agenda is, which is what my agenda is, which most woke people today agenda is I'm about getting results, and whoever in power, I need you to know you're going to have to work with us. So that's number one, in the clear. In this election time that was done this week. And it was a great thing. I just, I don't know about y'all. Some of y'all may think it's whatever, let down, but I think it was a great opening, okay, for those entertainers, those other ones that actually know better, who can't speak out because they're afraid of getting lynched. Like lynch mob, they're afraid to get lynched, okay? And the whole part about it is we always talking about the lynching of the white man and the lynching of this and that, but y'all know what? There is no colder lynching than the lynch you get by the black folks. Black folks lynching, at least the white man, when he lynch you, hang on a tree and you gone, that's it. Black folks lynch you slow. They take you down and up and down, and just lynch you 35 times before they actually let you die. Okay? And even in death, as you know, like Oprah would do, they will dig you up and lynch your ass again. Okay? So let's just keep that 100. But Cube did a great thing. You know, he gave me more confidence in that his effort of what he was doing is genuine. Okay? And so I hope the brother, much success. I would love to have him come on and talk to us about it. You know, that'd be real cool. But in the meantime, between time, after he did that, he went on TMZ, they talked to him, and then he went on CNN. Okay, y'all. Oh my God. You know, Como, whatever his name is, he was trying to get him to go into a place as well. Now, what Q's basically saying that, look, I'm in the middle of the road. The contract with America, y'all, is simple and plain. We're not trying to say, oh, the racists, y'all get y'all thing, y'all do y'all thing. But on reality level, the black neighborhood, the black community has been left back. Some faults of our own, don't get me tripping. Some faults, a lot of faults of our own. But at the same time, there's been other faults. And one of the major faults is, I got a thing on my text the other day from Maxine Waters, people talking about they want to do something about reparations and make sure that, it was about affirmative action or something like that. Make sure that we don't get it out of our hands and all that. And I texted them back, y'all. It was amazing. I wrote back to them. We wouldn't have to worry about reparations being stolen from the black community if they was doing their job. What Q brought to y'all attention, whether y'all was peeping game or not, was where we missed out on affirmative action was what they did in order not to actually give it to us once it was given to us. They grouped minorities in it, at all of them. Brown, Hispanic, all them. Okay? They grouped them all into our affirmative action that they gave to us. They grouped them all in there, and then they began to give out our affirmative action to them, and then when we went to go cry about affirmative action, they were like, well, we did do this, we did that. Yeah, but like Cube said, that's not for the brown, not for the Asians, not for them who y'all been giving it to, and slight changing the black community who it was really meant for. We want it to be about the black community, and that's it. That's what it's about. Okay, we wanted to be about that because we don't have a drug cartel who can be about giving us money to make sure we can buy store. We don't have agents who, when one agent gets a big time company, he brings the other agent over there and they automatically get a loan from him to be able to do whatever. Okay, we don't have the Caucasian power, which, by family and nepotism and cronyism and whatever, they get to get benefits and whatever. Okay, we don't get to get that. And we don't supply that for our families and for our communities as well. So what he's trying to do, I understand in this plan was, making it be about what it was meant to be about, which was for African Americans, period. So the Platinum Bill is about that. So Roland Martin went into, well, I read it and it doesn't really specify that it's the money only for them, only for you guys, for us. It's like, they're trying to find any loophole in it because in this election cycle, y'all, they don't want to make it clear in this election cycle who is actually doing what for us, who is actually putting real action behind what they're saying. So they're trying to cloak and dagger and hide. Now, when you look at spiritualness, you got to look at Satan does cloak and daggering, and he hides in the crowd like he did in the movie about Christ, that what Mel Gibson did. When they was beating Christ, he was in the crowd in the dark. You didn't see him moving around. And God is more about up front and going to tell you, and he's going to do actions. And I'm just trying to say, by being in the middle, you got to look at, okay, let me look at it clearly, what I'm seeing from these two parties. What I'm seeing right now, forget all the other stuff and the loyalty and everybody throwing races out there. Look at what's actually being done, the movement. Look at the movement, okay? And the movement is, you can definitely see that the Democratic Party is stalling time, constantly attacking. I didn't even know that the Democratic Party had a plan. They got some plan. I never even heard of it. Okay. And they still refuse to actually release it. Or if they did release it, they got a lot of stuff in there, but the stuff they got in there is an exact replication of what Trump has in his, and some of what actually has in his. But those two are up front with theirs. Trump released his, put it up there, went to Atlanta, made a big thing about it. We're going to start it. Cube is coming up now on the forefront. His promise, his plan. Where's the Democrats? Do you hear them on TV talking about our plan? Did you hear Kamala Harris, any of them on his trail talking about the plan? You hear Biden talking about the plan? You don't hear them talk about no plan. Okay? But if you try to mention everybody got a plan, they'll jump in and say they got a plan, but I haven't seen a plan. You seen the plan? I haven't seen a plan. Looking for a plan, y'all. I'm looking for a plan. I don't did my research. I don't see a plan at all. What I do see is attack. Attack in formation. So, with that said, at this election time, what do we really need right now? Do we need all this attack going on, really? Or do we need some results? Do we need, the innuendos, or do we actually need movement? America right now, we as Americans, in this election, like when Katrina happened, it brought up the whole thing about how rich and poor they were in Louisiana. This election right now is a storm. This is a political storm fought by two spirit beings on this earthly planet with us as the pieces on the table. And both of them cannot operate down here. They both have to come through us. So with that being said, we have to check our motives, our actions, and decide that those things mean something, because it tells what side of the fence you on. What you thinking about, who you endorsing. It tells about what side you on. Okay? So now's the time to sit back and deal with what is the actual facts of who I'm endorsing. What are the actual policies that are being done that can help America become a sovereign nation? Like America or not, okay, this is our home. Until we leave here to go to our home that we came from before we came here. So this is our home. And you can say what you want, but there's no army running down the street holding machine guns like in other countries. There's a whole lot of other things not happening here in this country. Get over it. Stop trying to keep the same rhetoric. Let's talk about what is clearly the issue. The issue for me is the middle class. The middle class, y'all, the middle class is what's really happening right now. Okay? That's what the war is all about. This election war is not about black and white. It's not about Antifa. These are all sideshows to the real issue. The real issue is the destruction of the middle class of America or the comeback of a middle class of America. That is what the issue is. That's all that matters. That's all that should matter to you. It should not matter who's right and wrong. That's where we get mixed up at. Because let me explain real quickly. Satan wants the middle class to be dissolved. He needs it to go away. He needs to bankrupt it. He needs to take the work from here. He needs to send the middle class down to the bottom. He needs to destroy the middle class and he needs to do it with chaos. He can't do it. He could do it. If he could do, he gonna want to do it with peacefulness. He got to do it with chaos, because in that chaoticness of when he brings the middle class down, and now when you go to the grocery store, you got to carry your AR-7 whatever to get your groceries to your store, and everybody's fighting and stuff, and then it's all messed up, and then we had to go to the global market in order to group with the rest of the countries in order to survive. But then chaos is all around us in the other countries. So once all the chaos is happening, the Bible says it clearly, that's when the Antichrist is going to come. And he's going to be miracles. He's going to resolve everything, and everybody going to think he's so great. Okay? And he's going to do that for 3.5 years. And he's going to sit on that new temple right now that's being built. Okay? So that's what you got to understand from that side. The other side, we got a caller? Okay, so we'll take this caller, then we get back to God's version, because God's version is the survival of the middle class. Go ahead, caller.
How you doing, man?
Brother, what's up, baby? I'm percolating, man.
Man, I love y'all show, man. Every Tuesday. I know y'all drop on Tuesdays, man, but what's today? Tuesday?
Today, Tuesday, yeah. They on yeah,
man. Keep it coming, man. Don't stop dropping, man. Keep that heat dropping, man, for these people, man, because the truth got to be out. You know what I mean? I make videos, but I don't make videos about topics like this, you know what I mean? And I share a lot of videos that y'all put out, you know what I mean? And one thing I don't understand, man, is how crazy my people is looking right now, man. Like, y'all is acting retarded out here, man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been on this. I've been on this shit for about the last 4 months. You feel me? I ain't even really wasn't into no politics. Everybody around me talking about how bad Trump is, how he needs to get, you know what I mean? How he needs to get impeached in Russia and all this shit. I'm not even paying attention, though. You feel me? So I'm just sitting back, listening to these chats, and I'm like, all right, yeah. I said, why they want to impeach him? And damn, he needs to go, you know? So when the coronavirus stuff happened, I started focusing in more. You know what I'm saying? And what I do, I make videos too. So I know about, you know what I mean, doing my research. You know what I mean?
Right.
And keeping it real. And right now, dog, the stuff y'all spit, man, if these black people don't understand it, man, they retarded, dog. It's you, Judge Joe Brown. It's what my guy is who used to be on this show with you. Dang, what's his name?
Black.
Can't remember his name. Black. Yeah, Black used to be on the show with you, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people, man, that's spitting logic, man. You feel me? Because it's facts over fiction, man. It's facts over fiction, man. You feel me? It's facts over feelings, man. You feel what I'm saying? Forget how you feel, man. What's real, man? Forget you in that gang, man. You want to kill this brother because he's in a gang around the block. You feel what I'm saying? You hate that man. You feel what I'm saying? No matter how many people love that man, you hate him because he's in another gang. That's how I see my people. I see him being real tribal right now, dog. You feel me? And not opening up their mind and playing the middle of this shit. Because Biden ain't got your back no more than Trump. You feel what I'm saying? Biden ain't got your back no more than Trump got your back, brother. You feel what I'm saying? So you sitting up here talking about this man racist. You feel me? But come on, bro. I don't care about nobody being racist, dog. It's all about what is you doing. You feel what I'm saying? And like a lot of people know, a lot of white people know that Trump is arrogant. You feel me? Trump wants to be the best president ever. You feel me? He wants to be the best president ever. So he's going to try to do things. If you say he can't do it, he's going to try to do it. But Trump, you can't be good for the black He gonna try to be the best for the blacks. He gonna try to come up with the $500 billion platinum plan. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me say this,
he gonna do
brother.
stuff like that.
I know, but let me enlighten you on that, because everything you said is correct, and I'm 100 with you. But this the thing: when we take it to another level past that, the bottom line is that God uses all types of things. Okay, and the sheer fact that in this election cycle, that this man, since the 3 years he's been in, has brought up issues past him getting elected, because once he got elected, he didn't have to do it. Once he got elected, he's bringing up issues and hitting numbers and hitting blocks and hitting stuff that the bottom line is that you can see the difference between Satan and what the party is and the person is, and what God is in the party and the person. Not their personality, what they hate and all that, but what they who's actually speaking through them and doing what. You see what I'm saying? So what you got to understand is that, see, God is doing Trump and setting up some things, even if Trump don't do it, but he's bringing to our mindset that we have to now wake up and rise up as a people, not just as black people, as the middle class people, period. And he got us in the game to fight for our jobs in our factory. He did what he had to do before they brought the virus. He letting us know that we need to get them things back here. Wake the hell up and stop letting it be okay for them to take our shit to China and letting NAFTA do all that stuff. He broke down NAFTA and all that. And that's the bottom line. He don't do nothing before he leave office. He woke us up. Okay? You understand? He woke us up.
Everybody woke up. Everybody woke up.
No, everybody ain't woke up. No, everybody. No, everybody.
I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that. No, you're right.
No, you know what? Actually, hold on. Actually, you're right. Actually, you're right. You know what? Everybody is woke up, but some woke up on.
No, they're not.
Some woke up on. No, let me
finish. It surprised me how they're not.
No, I'm telling you. No, let me finish though. Let me break it down for you. We all woke up, but see, some woke up on staying asleep. Some woke up on the hatred they want to keep, and some woke up on progress. See, there's two types of waking up. See, I can wake up every day and still go do dirt and damage. And you can wake up every day and go build a company and stuff. We both woke, but one's negative woke and one's positive woke. You feel me? So
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So one negative woke and one positive woke, but nevertheless, they still woke. One is the red pill, one is the blue pill. So you woke up back into La La Land, you take the blue pill, but you wake up to some real life, seeing the world for real what it is, for real with the red pill. So what you're saying is correct, but at the same time, I'm not amazed by what's happening, because when you look at it from the biblical standpoint, God said that the road to hell was broad and the one to him was narrow. Therefore, we already know that these things are supposed to happen. In this time right now, we are in these times. That third temple is being built. Now, I'm not sure. I don't know the timetable, but they asked Jesus, when will we know that we are close? And he said, when the third temple is built, when the Jews return back to Israel, he said, and when all the enemies around Israel become their friend. And this was said 2,000 years ago. Okay? It's happening right now, bruh. Okay? So some of us going to wake up and the key for all of us, to me, today is stay in the middle class. Understand one thing. We got an opportunity to war between God and Satan. World War III is supposed to be fought in the Middle East. Satan wants to bring it to America, too. Okay? By us not being in the global market and we stay a sovereign nation, we're not going to be getting into that, and the war not going to be here directly where we got to be like having bombs and stuff over here and all that, and the enemies over blowing cars up and all this like you see on TV, because we taking care and fortifying our country. And that's what God is trying to do to America, to say, y'all need to come back to me. I'm going to try to take care of y'all one more time. Now, it's sad I got to send this man that y'all love, but now y'all don't want to like. But that's what I got to do, because God used what? Who did he use? Moses. He used David. You know what I'm saying? David, wasn't David a Christian killer? They hired him to go kill Christians. Okay? God used him. So bottom line, caller, I appreciate you staying 100 with me, man. You know, calling in, bro, anytime. Maybe one day, you know, you can talk to my producer and come down here and sit on the panel, man. This is a round table, baby. You know, come on down, man. Come on down. You know, you get off the line, talk to my producer, get your numbers, your digits. Come on down the round table, man. You know? But the bottom line is this, bro. Just try to save as many as you can, okay? Because right now, it's a difference between being, you know, you remember Matrix. Zion was all the folks that was awoke, and the other ones was the people that were still asleep. And that's all you can do. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You know, you got to try to wake up as many as you can to get to Zion, baby. That's all you can do. You know? So I appreciate you.
I mean, when you know math, man, the shit just don't add up. You feel me?
No.
You talking to tell me that I know. Look, me not paying attention. Look, I feel high end out, right? You know what I'm saying? So me not paying attention to no politics. All my people around me crying about politics, right? I'm seeing what's going on all across America. I'm traveling across the whole United States, seeing what's going on all across America. Now, San Francisco is one of the worst places I've ever been in my life.
You know why? You know why, don't you?
You know what? Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Be 100. Be 100. Be 100. Why?
I be in New York.
But why is it?
I be in Philly. I be giving out food in Philly to homeless. You know what I mean? But New York, San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi, they got that motherfucker fucked up.
You know why?
I mean,
you know why?
They got that motherfucker.
But hold on. But beyond them, you know why? Let's keep that 100.
Democrat. Yeah.
But behind them, though.
Democratic.
But go behind them. Go further than that.
Well, break it down to me, because you got to break that down. Why?
Because that's Satan's footstool. That's his footstool. That's one of his domains. When he's doing the most work in that place. Okay, he's turning all type of lives. He's doing all type of things in there. Okay, that ain't natural. That's not God's order. There's a lot of stuff happening there that ain't God. It's not God's order up in that spot. We got all over the world, yes we do,
yeah.
but some spots is hot spots. Okay, that's a hot spot.
Yeah.
That's a hot spot.
You're right.
He put his king and his queen, them politicians, to run that and make sure the gatekeepers to keep it that way. You see what I'm saying? So let's see that.
Yeah.
This today is the clear, because the election is. We won't go past this. We don't do the human experience, but there's another experience. But bottom line is that, don't be amazed, man. Just save as many as you can. Okay, save as many as you can, and that don't just mean for your race. That means whites, Mexicans, whoever you talking to. You see them out there with the kill Democrats, Democrats talking all that crap. I don't care who they are.
You can't just talk to these cats like that. Like man, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
oh, I know. I experienced it.
I done got disrespected about this shit, man. I be ready to beat some heads in over this kind of stuff. Like, I be like, dog, these cats, man, y'all gotta calm down, man. They're all, like, one time, all right, I work at the airport, right? I used to work at the airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was known, they called me Trump around that motherfucker. Because I always, because these niggas, they had no logic for what they were talking about. You know what I mean? So anyway, I was having an argument with 4 black men. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
These niggas talking about Trump, right? They said that Trump, I said, do y'all even listen to Trump? They said no. I said, I can't even argue with you. You feel me? They hit me from all kind of angles of racist and all kind of weird stuff that they heard on TV. You know what I mean? So it's really like you can't wake these people up to logic when they're talking about racist, dog.
Okay.
What are you talking about,
okay,
bro?
You know
I mean,
what?
like, first of all, let me break this down, though. I don't think I'm breaking this down in the way you understand. Dude,
I understand.
I don't care about no racist. Man, look, I look at all white people as having a little racist in them. You feel me? I mean, if you don't grow up in my neighborhood, you're not going to understand anything about me, dog.
Okay.
If I don't grow up in your neighborhood, I'm not going to understand anything about you, bro. So I'm not looking for no president to be understandable. You got to make opportunities. Him getting rid of when he got rid of them Mexicans, like sending ISIS and they raiding them factories and stuff, they open up jobs for black people.
Wait a minute, but let me get. Let me get to that though. See, because I'm gonna tell you right now what you're trying to say was I'm gonna give you a little antidote. I'm gonna give you a little something you sprinkle on them. Okay. First of all, what I found out is the best way to sprinkle something on them is number one is when they say I'm a Trumper, I let them know I'm a middle classer. You see, I'm a middle classer. When I hit them with that, that's number one. As I hit them with the facts that I'm a middle classer, then I hit them with the facts of okay, now. These jobs that now are coming back and that you working on at the airport, whatever you doing right now, and they don't have machines here doing it where you ain't working, and they don't have other people here, you know what I'm saying, other countries illegally doing this stuff. See, this is what you got to understand. Yeah. I hit them with that, with the economics. On top of, then I hit them with the fact that it ain't about black and white. It ain't about none of that. Because guess what? Everybody down here is racist and got the opportunity to be racist because Satan rules this system. Like God said, woe to the sea and to the earth, for Satan comes down to you with great anger, which means because he can no longer go back to heaven. So he's down here with great anger.
Yep.
So he needs racism. He needs division. He needs us to do all that. And that's what we need. And so long as we're looking at them or somebody else being racist, because guess what? There are times when I'm a racist. Okay, black folk, we the biggest racists. Come on, man. Come on now. We the biggest racists. Sometimes it is.
They say we can't be racist.
See, that's because they won't give us an opportunity to do Satan's work to call other folks racist. You see, when you break it down to where we all have the capacity to be racist, because as long as if Satan runs your ego, you can be an opportunity to be racist and anything else negative. If the Holy Spirit runs your person,
you're right about that.
If the Holy Spirit runs more of your 25% free man, then you're gonna be a lot more open and a lot more conservative, a lot more this, a lot more equal, fair judgment in certain things. Okay, so that's the bottom line. Is the warfare about? Because they both have to come through us. One comes through the ego, and one comes through the free 25% free you. The Holy Spirit operates in you, and then your ego operates in you, and both of them got masters. Okay, the Holy Spirit's master. Yep. The Holy Spirit's master is Jesus and God. The ego's master is Satan and his demons. So when your ego is so far out that you so easily to call somebody else a name or stop another race from working on your job, or you look on your job and all you want to see there's only your people there working, then you need to understand that ain't from God. That ain't from God. I want everybody to know it. From Hollywood, everywhere you going. If you only want on your crew, if you're a lesbian girl, they got this new thing going on now. When a lesbian girl get a show in Hollywood, then all the girls on the show got to be lesbian. Okay, she'll get it all lesbian, but she don't consider nothing wrong with that. Okay, but you fought and said that, so, and then the Mexicans and the Hispanics and everybody doing that. But guess the bottom line is who's not really doing that. And we losing. I ain't said we got to be like that, but we got to do some of that, and that's the black community. Because we get a job, and we don't want to bring other black folks in. I've been in Hollywood 42 years. I got some brothers been there who don't got not one brother in. Not even one brother in for trying to get his days in. I'm like, you've been there forever, bro. What's going on with that? Okay? So the bottom line is that Satan, his whole win game is to get rid of the middle class. And so this, all I'm gonna try to tell you is, it ain't about convincing them brothers. Just do right, do what you got to do. And as the best revenge and the best show is success. Okay, brother? Just keep on preaching what you got to say. Save as many as you can. You know what I'm saying? Take full advantage of all the opportunities that God gonna send your way from the middle class making our rebound. And when they still stuck in the place they at, then you can make them understand something. Well, you know what? Over here is alone over here. Y'all don't want to believe it. That's what it is. So, bro, hey, like I say, man, check in with us, man. Come through. You know what I'm saying? Talking about producer, man, and try to come in, sit on the round table when you get a chance, okay? And
I'm all the way in Michigan, but I can't catch the flight down there to holler at y'all.
That's okay. We might get virtual. We might get virtual one day. If we do, we might get virtual. We'll tap you in, baby. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no such word as I can't. We ain't gonna do. See, first of all, in order for this movement to go, we're not even.
No, I ain't say I can't.
Okay, we ain't even using the word can't.
Nah, I don't even know what that means, man.
Yeah, we ain't saying we can't. You can make it. You can make it. You gotta be virtual.
You know, one thing I think you need to focus in on, man.
What's that, brother?
If you speaking to the people, man, I need to get in on this civil war that they're trying to pump the black people to get involved in, man. First of all, man, whether we vote for Trump or we don't vote at all, we don't need to be in no civil war with these white people. They got a war going on. You see this done going on with media. Okay, you see this done going on with the media.
Yeah.
You see this media war. They're trying to make people. They're making people. They're making people hateful.
I know.
They're making people hateful.
But I need you to do me a favor, though.
Like that.
I know. I need you to do me a favor, but that's fine like that. And preach that, brother. But one thing you got to do, we cannot afford right now to give Satan a pass. See, first of all, Satan, again, needs that civil war. He needs America to destroy the middle class. Why do you think that Bill Clinton signed NAFTA? Satan had him do that stupid deal in order to allow China and everybody now to come in here and make their money and send our stuff out of here and get rid of our jobs on the imprint that he was like, oh, but I got so much. You hear about inflation no more. Oh, I got so much money now. Yeah, you got so much money now, but you sold us out. You sold us out. Yep. Okay, so the bottom line is that the Civil War is a global civil war. And we, right now, nobody else's civil war matters. They're not on the front line because you know what? They're not the top country. We're the top country. So there's civil wars in the countries where there's no civil wars, because they already got the rich and poor.
Yeah.
They already got the rich and poor already. See, the civil war got to be fought when you got a middle class that's trying to hold on. If you get rid of the middle class, they trying to take the middle class completely out. Okay, the American dream is where the middle class is where the American dream. That's our theme. That's where it came from. Okay, the middle class, the American dream came from
opportunity. Where you come up from nothing.
After the World War II, and they were able to buy houses and buy cars, the middle class was formed from out of that. Okay, and
can I say one thing? Let me say one thing. Look, people say America never been great, right? My granddaddy moved to Michigan in the 50s, right? He bought 5 houses back to back. You feel me? He got a job when he moved here from Arkansas and got a job. So you can't say America never been great when who you know can go get a job like that now and go buy 5 houses on the same block. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm saying at the end of the day, America used to be great, and they act like it ain't never been great. What happened was.
Know what he mean by that?
I don't want to mess you up.
No, you know what he mean by that? This is another thing. What Trump means by that? No, what he means by make America great again is make us an exporter of our goods, not importers. Yeah. See, that's what you don't understand. Because when we're exporting stuff, we're making stuff. We got our own sovereignty. We got the middle class people buying and working. We making stuff. We got to give other countries aid and stuff because we exporting. I had a guy at the shipyard who told me this. When my buddies work on the shipyard, he said, "Man, every day we watch one of our containers go to other countries," and he said, "I watch thousands upon hundreds of ships from China and other countries coming, these tankers bringing so much stuff here, it's ridiculous." And that means they're making money out there. We sending 1 container, 2 containers out of here. That's how bad we are right now. Okay, so that speaks to the depletion of the middle class. This is about the middle class, y'all. So all y'all who talking about you hate Trump and all this, forget all that. You need to let that go. Okay, take that away now. The bottom line right now is we need jobs. We need middle class. We need to give our kids opportunities. We need to be able to make our own stuff, make our own products, make our own pharmacy. That's what it's about. So right now you got to look at what party. Look at what party. So that's what you. So long. What I'm saying that for is. So that's what you need to start preaching in your argument to folks. Don't try to go into the topic of racism and all over Trump. No, you got to go to the economics, bro. Go to the economics on them, okay? And as God continue to do things through this man, or even if it's a Democrat who come in and start doing work with Donald Trump and start making, we welcome that too. When whoever's building that middle class, from wherever party you from, wherever race you from, then you hit them with that. Get out of that area. Get out of that arena. Do not try to win. You don't want to try to win a crackhead by smoking crack with him. You can't. You feel me? You can't win a crack. You can't win a crackhead at the crack house if you in there cracking with him. So that ain't gonna work.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
I never heard it like that.
You see what I'm saying?
I heard you can't argue with a fool. You always do. I heard that one. But that shit you just said right there, it's like, you going in the house. You
go in the house trying to get a crackhead out the house by smoking crack with him. How the hell you gonna get a crackhead out the house when you smoking crack with him? Ain't gonna happen. Okay? You see what I'm saying? You might have stand outside with your motherfucking Lamborghini, outside the crack house, wiping it down and shit. You know what I'm saying? And when he come out there, he hungry in the motherfucker. You sitting there having a steak dinner on top of your Lambo. Oh, then he gonna want to know, man, shit, I'm hungry, man. Man, no, he gonna bring his ass out that crack house. Okay, when he see I'm working, you will come on out that crack house. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, you can't do intervention by going in the crack house and get him because you fuck around up in there and you get caught. Don't get caught up in there trying to save fools that want to stay in the crack house. Let them stay in the crack house. Just pass by the door every day. Tell down, shoot your bullhorn. Free food down the mission. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you get hungry, yeah. When you want a job, but the order to eat at the mission, you gotta serve some food for an hour first. You're not just gonna eat for free. No, motherfucker. You're gonna clean up for a minute. You're gonna be clean for an hour because you're gonna be serving some motherfucking potatoes and shit. Then you get to eat. Okay, so all that coming down, just get your plate, go back to the crack house. That ain't happening. That's over with. And that's what Donald Trump is trying to say, and the party trying to say. Welfare, it ain't no more. That's just come down and eat and leave. You got to do a little bit of work first, and then you get some of that money. So some of that money gonna be a paycheck, and some of that money gonna be you doing something. And that's what we trying to do, and that's middle class shit. Okay, that's what our ancestors are built on. That's what sharecropping was about. Okay, stop all this trying to be about all this pro-black shit, but you only want to be pro-black in pro-brokenness.
Bro, look, let me tell you something. I invest my money into something, right? And everybody see me do it, and everybody seeing me progress. I'm getting more people that want to invest with me. But at the beginning, I didn't have too many people that wanted to invest with me. You know what I mean? Because black people don't be on to get no money, dog. We want to talk about all this pro-black shit. We gotta be about investing. 10 of us, man, to get together. That's $1,000, man. You feel me? A week we could save, man. You can do that with your family. We ain't got no kind of. We so separated.
No. What's funny is. Let me tell you this funny. No, you're right, but let me tell you this funny. No, we do got plans like that, but they the pyramid scheme, and there's all this other stuff where the top still in the money, and black folks get a little group thing, and you put all your money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got group plans, all that bullshit. You know, my friend told me about this thing where you put this in and bring 5 people in, and then you bring the 5 people in, and the other 3 steal the money, and the 5, all that bullshit. What we need to do is get a legitimate freaking situation going on, because we can't rely on the NAACP. We can't rely on Urban League. All of them been bought off.
I'm saying like, all right, say you know how to build houses, right? You know how to get them. You know how to get them and everything, and you know how to redo them. Why black people don't get behind you and be like, all right, we finna go in. You know what I mean? Everybody, we ain't organized enough. We don't think on a business like that. We think for ourselves. Get our Cadillac, pay our car note. If you knew what I knew about cars, you would never pay a car note.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I'm asking you a question. Let me ask you a question. Why? And a lot of that why is because of what you saw in Django. Okay, this is the cold part about what's going on in the movie business.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank
you. Satan got the audacity to actually show you a movie of your buffoonery, and you take it as entertainment. Now, God can use that same thing to show you what your mentality is today when he put that and allowed that to come out. Everything in this world has both of those entities working in it. A cell phone can be a good thing if it keeps you how to make money, okay? But it also can be a bad thing if all you're doing looking at pornos and little girls on the motherfucker, okay? So everything has 2 dual situations going on, okay? So what you're seeing is that the reason why we don't is because there's so much of us in that party, the Democratic Party, where we in that bad part of the Django movie. The Samuel Jackson side has been ruling the plantation. Look how many was free. Django was the only one free. He was the only nigga rocking around. He had 1 free nigga from Big Brother compared to 20 black folks on the plantation. Okay, so the numbers didn't equal up. Okay, so that mentality still has coming down through the generations, through the ages. And then when certain black companies like BET, that brother had that thing, he could have made a great thing of that if he hadn't. What he do? He got his money and boned out. Then he allowed Viacom to come in, and they are shaping the Django part of Samuel Jackson on BET all day long, showing you all of that hip hop, all the arguing on the TV shows and inking this, they all that arguing, all that stuff, and he's showing you all that bickering and pulling down, and they control the stations and they put on what they want to on our channels, okay? And then they got all their little anchors to do their work, do what their work is. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, my people is beating. My people is mentally beaten, like mentally beaten. And another thing, like you were talking about the Django, right? How the Django chose to be free. Now, this is some dope ass shit that I just thought about this when you said that. You remember when Morgan Freeman, that movie Morgan Freeman played in, where he had that letter like Lincoln signed for him and all that? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? But Lincoln really didn't sign the paper. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. I mean, it's like you got to choose to want to be free, man. You make a way. You know what I mean? Even if you got to be creative, you got to choose. But these people think so in the box and so with the crowd. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got to be out the box, especially as a black man.
But this is the thing. Let me enlighten you, man. This is the thing, okay? When we start changing our narrative of speech from as a black man, and as a man, you have to change your thinking.
You're right.
Okay, we need to get off. See, one of the biggest lynching that we do to ourselves every day is we continue to want to only identify ourselves as from where we came from on this earth. We want to say we from Africa, we from Compton, we from this, we from that.
Human.
And all that human shit is which therefore Satan has the opportunity to go into those things and use that. But when you start changing your narrative, when you get woke, you realize I am from the Heavenly Father, put down here in earthly body. My original, I'm visiting here. Okay, I'm visiting here. Now, I came from God. I came through Africa. I may have came through Compton. But my original home ain't here. So when we start taking that narrative from being black, a man needs to start thinking clearly. No matter what race, what color you are. A man needs to think fairly. You got to understand that when you start seeing section and separation and all that type of shit, that's straightly negative from Satan, period. Because God has a uniform situation. And there's an equal amount of folks working on everything. And that's what we need to take care of. But, caller, I'm telling you, man.
But only thing I was saying when I said the black man, I wasn't saying like that because you know that it is, I'm a dark-skinned black brother, bro. I get stereotypes. You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling
No,
I'm
you
saying,
accept
like,
you accept stereotype.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm saying, so if you,
okay.
No, listen to it.
I'm listening.
So if you from the, no, I'm saying it's a difference. No,
Okay.
Don't get it twisted where I'm just talking like, now I understand what you mean with that black. That black word is just as worse as saying calling yourself a nigga. You feel me? To me it is because being black is darkness, no light.
Yeah.
You feel me? I understand that. When I say that, I'm translating to the people. I'm not saying that as a dumb, because I'm not ignorant like that. I mean, I don't know if you don't know me like that, so I expect you to think that like that. But what I'm saying is, bro, like, as a black man, dog, we can't sit up here and be like, and be on one side. We got to play the middle of everything,
now,
like Ice Cube said when he went on CNN.
Now, yes.
Right.
Now, bro, that's exactly what the thing is right there. And I'm going to say this to you. What Ice Cube, I'd rather say this way. What God did through Ice Cube, okay? What God did through Ice Cube was to let him understand, to bring this message, okay, that we cannot afford to continue to be only black, only Democrat, only this, or we have to pull ourselves back from everyone, since you want everyone, and get back into the middle, okay, and circle our wagons. Remember the old days that the Indians came to kill you? You had to circle the wagon. Yeah. Everybody circle the wagon, put everything around, come back to the middle, and fortify our attack, and then realize that as long as we coming out positive and willing to work with everybody, we want a fair shake. We want to give a fair shake. We want to be this. This is what we want to do. We want things to actually happen past your election. We holding the representatives accountable. Like, for instance, this right
Whoever
here.
wins.
Let me see it like this right here. You understand me? This right here is a clear understanding of we got to come into the middle. We got to get off this one side right here, okay? Because the bottom line is go on your Google and ask what are the major policies that Maxine Waters did in her district and see if they got a list, okay? Other than the block party, Christmas Day, sending the firemen around there with the man with the bell on, ding, 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 all that. What other real policies? And this young brother coming in right now, man, you know what I'm saying? On his thing right here, Maxine Waters don't even have one of these. Only thing he breaking down real quick what he's trying to do. He's saying this is some of the issue. Have you seen one of these? You don't live out here, but I haven't seen one of these from Maxine Waters yet that's stating her position. Not one thing telling me her position, other than kill Trump, kill conservatives, this and that. She like Hillary. She thinks she got it so. She don't even do this no more. Now she has a company, and the bad part is she has a company to put these out. And they don't have none of her stuff on, they put them out for everybody else. But for her, they just put her face on, but they don't put none of her agenda on there. Look for one. If somebody got one out there, y'all, please send it to me. Let me see it. I ain't got a problem being corrected, but I haven't seen one. And every year these young brothers or young sisters come up to fight these in-house, got the plantation sold up folks who want to keep us from actually coming back to the middle. They refuse to. And so what Cube did was, what God did through Cube today, y'all also pray for Cube today, okay? Because he is truly in the lynch mob. He he is truly being lynched.
For real.
He was a lynch mob. Now he's being lynched by the lynch mob, baby. Okay? He's being lynched by the lynch mob. And with that big old beard he had on, nigga, he looked like Django. Remember Django? He had the big old fro. Yeah. Man, I still look like Django, baby. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, boy, you really playing the real part now. This ain't no this script right here, son. I don't know if this script gonna have no happy ending for your ass, but hey, we with you. We with you, bruh. We with you.
Kill might not never better make another movie come out.
No, yes, he will. You know why? Hold on. Let me tell you why he will. I'm gonna leave with this before you go. I'm gonna tell you why he will. You know why he will? Because he owned the production company. He got his own deal. Yeah. He got his own movies that made stuff. What he did, what Donald Trump did, God used him so that way if they try to destroy him, they really can't. And what he's doing right now, get him a platform in case they try it, he can come after them. Like right now, they can't get Donald Trump because he had his money, his casino. He got bankrupt, but now who gives a shit about whether he didn't really own the money? Oh, forgot. He had enough money to do whatever. He's a smart businessman. They can't mess with his money. That was God got to use today. Us that have economic powers, he can use us because Satan's first thing is to attack you economically, then physically, then mentally, then spiritually. Okay? And if you can't do none of that at all, then ignorance. Or, you know what the worst one is? An educated fool. An educated fool is more dangerous than a crackhead with a gun. An educated fool can manipulate your brain, your whole society, your whole country, your whole sector. Maxine Waters, educated as has been manipulating that district to vote for her. She don't even got to show up no more. You know how cold that is? I got you by osmosis. Once I get your brain, I don't need the rest of you. As long as I got your brain.
Like Obama. Obama, prime example.
Man.
Like Obama, you know, people tell me, I be like, what Obama do for us though? Man, me and my cousin went to the club one night. I was living in Memphis, right? Mm-hmm. Me and my cousin went to the club, right? And I didn't understand why there was so many dykes. You know what I mean? I didn't see no niggas. Anyway, I just seen I seen so many dykes, right? I seen so many dykes. And come to find out that everybody was out because Obama passed some kind of gay law that they could get married. Yeah. And I didn't know that I went out the night of the gay law was getting passed, dog. Yeah. So that's when I realized. And I told you, I don't be into politics. I'm just out here really trying to survive. You feel me? Yeah. In the real world. You know what I mean? I don't be focusing on that
but
shit.
But hold on. But guess what though? See, some of that was politics. The politics in that was his ability to overturn California and certain states that didn't want gay marriage. They voted and they voted no. The politics in that was he went and overturned that. But the spirituality of that was Satan got a chance to get him to get that door open because both of them, God has to work through us as well as he do. By him getting opening that door and then softening all the people all the people who parents taught them better and they knew better. Oh, well, everybody should just love who they want to love. Well, we did that in the 60s with LSD and you saw what happened with that. So Satan does everything right around again. So now you're bringing it back to her. And I said, all y'all are thinking that's supposed to love, we want to love. Well, wait till he opened the door now and you start seeing men on the bed. Because me and my husband like Clorox bleach and rubbing feet in the bed and all that type of thing. Okay, that ain't God's order. So the bottom line is, in this election, it's rising to the top. Okay, and it's making a clear-cut understanding to look at stuff from a clear level. Bring yourself back to the middle. Look at your economics. Look at what you need to get for your kids. Look at the jobs you need. Realize that America needs to be an exporter again. Exporting stuff out means we got jobs. And I'm going to leave one more thing. Let me show you one more thing. What Donald Trump is doing. He went down to them people, the smart little nerds down there who's making all these robots and stuff and taking all these jobs. And now you got a bill up there that says you got to have a certain amount of humans to work than machines, because Satan's trying to use machines to take chaos so there's no jobs. The bottom line is he needs to shrink the job market in order to increase the chaos market. Because when there ain't no jobs, y'all, if you think drive-by shooting, all that shit is bad now, where do you see food drive-bys? When you see them motherfucking food drive-by to go to the liquor store, when you get ready to come out the store, you don't have your AR. I'm just trying to tell you. So, caller, we got to go now, but look, man, we got to go now, but look, man, call us again anytime, bro. You know what I'm saying? You made our day. Bro. You know, but save as many as you can, bro. And we're talking to you again.
All
right, bro. Okay. Now that right there was, I hope y'all got something out of it, because I did. It was very enlightening, because like God said, where there's two, he in the midst. So if you don't think God was up in that conversation, as well as Satan lurking outside the door somewhere, you know what I'm saying? He might be lurking inside your room, in your head right now, telling you a bunch of stuff. But all I'm telling you is fall back and just give it an opportunity, man, to look at the clear decision. Who's doing what? Like, I want to get back to D.L. Hughley now. D.L. Hughley, I worked on the show with him. And I remember when the brother was a real brother, when he was a cool brother, you know what I'm saying? I worked on the Hughley show, and, even though a white guy was my boss, but, every time they got ready for them to show up, they would send me someplace else because they didn't want them to see me. And me and D.L. Hughley finally met each other, and we became kind of cool and everything. And I'm so disappointed in that brother, okay, and what he's become, because here you are, they propped you up here like you are authority to talk about. Ice Cube don't know what he should be talking about. Have you ever heard Ice Cube have a baby out of his wedding, out of his marriage? Nope. He ever cheated on his wife that you know of? You call him on TMZ? No. D.L. Hughley has. Yeah, DL, yeah. Why you shouldn't have tried to play like you all that, bro? Okay, you got a baby outside your marriage. DL, you done some things. Okay, so but they popped this clown up. I'll call him a clown now because he's been clowning for quite a while. You know what I'm saying? But on the real is these politicians forgot their jobs, and it's time for us to wake up and roll them back and roll things back. And say, if you're not doing your job, we will impeach you. How are you going to impeach a president that barely got in, and you're not impeaching him for something that's legitimate, but for your anger? Not to mention, when they said that Russian collusion thing, I want y'all all go get your phones and check out investments of politicians. And you'll see Maxine Waters has about $100 million invested in Russian companies. Russian collusion? You check all of them. They got money invested in China and everywhere else, and see what their investment actually is in America, in companies. And you want to talk about Russian collusion? Really? The clear understanding is it's muckery in the water. And if we don't pull back and look at things from another perspective, we'll get caught up. Because right now, the politicians, with the three branches of government, the two parties we have, what our elected politicians are supposed to do when they go to Washington, they might run on the platform of a certain party, but once they both get in there, their thing is to level the two parties out to come and do our bidding. That's what their job is. If my party is not doing the thing that they want to vote that's best for the people, I'm not going to vote because I'm in that party. I'm going to pull out to see what my district has, and that's what I'm sitting here for. And so if I got to go across the aisle to work with you, I will. Satan has mocked up the pecking order. The pecking order is off, you guys, in every avenue, every industry, everywhere you look. Because now it's about the parties, not the people. It's about the parties, not the people. On the intent that they're going down there to represent the people. So this is my proposal. In this book I wrote with God called the Book of G, he has a chapter in there called the government. And one of the party government things is that I think that as a politician, you should have, with all this new internet and all this new technology, when an issue come across the board, you're supposed to send that to everybody in your district. We get a beep, we get a phone call, everybody read the issues, you know what I'm saying? Or our city councilman explains what they sent from Congress, tell us we vote. They tally up our vote. The vote is no. We send it back to them, and that's the vote they give. We need to find a new system as the public and vote this in order to allow us to be able to have our vote on the floor be the one that counts. Because if you know about the human experience, if Satan is more involved in that congressperson you have, and they getting deals and money from lobbyists, and China's paying them big time money like Hunter Biden, then guess what? They're gonna vote the way those people want and not what you want. And they're gonna try to come back and tell you, if they even come back and tell you, oh, well, we tried to get it, but the vote count was so and so. You didn't watch the count in Congress, so you don't really know what it is. Most of us don't even know they even vote. We don't know what day they vote. We don't know whatever it is. So I think some kind of system should be put in place where we have to vote in their district. We give them the count. They say that. Therefore, we reeling them back in. Okay? Term limits. You can stay there as long as when it's time to your re-election, we look at your report card. Like in school. Let's go back to elementary school. In school, before they start this graduating kids just because of ratios, you had to look at your report card and say, okay, this is what you did this year. You was on time. You at the council meeting every day. You voted, out of 1,000 bills, you voted on 750. Okay, that's pretty good ratio. You did this. Okay, our neighborhoods is better. This is what you did. Okay, the trash thing is better. Okay, we give you re-election. And if we don't know for sure what you do, then you have to debate the new person coming in so they can expose your record. And you have to be re-voted on based on your record, your track record, and your attendance, and what did you do. This is what I want to tell you about. This is most important in this election, you guys. This is where we need to be at. It's the middle class. It's taking back control of our representatives. It's taking back control of our vote. It's stop letting, I know we got to make a living, y'all, but Satan, by killing the economy, have us so job-eating, crazy hungry that we're not paying attention to the other things. We need to come back from that. Maybe I can't work the extra hours to buy the new car. Maybe I keep the car I got and let me pay attention to what's going on right now so I can make sure my kids can buy a car. So me worrying about me getting me a car or buying another house. Let me try to worry about some other issues, because the biggest thing that Satan tried to do is take us into trying to survival mode opposed to looking at what's happening mode. And what's happening, there's too many things that got by us, y'all. Too many things that got by us. Voting for babies to be slapped out of bellies at 9 months. So many things that got by us, y'all. Okay? Where company can take their stuff out of our country, make it cheap, and then bring it back here for free and sell it to us. Something got by us, y'all. Something got by us, y'all, when people coming from other countries can get a loan automatically, and you living here on the same block can't get a loan. Something got by us, y'all. Something got by us when the representatives can get in the office. And a year later, they worth $100 million. When they came in, they only worth $30,000. But the neighborhood is tore up. Something's wrong. Something got by us, y'all. Something got by us when our schools are teaching stuff that don't have nothing to do with survival. When our wood shops and our metal shops that used to give kids trades is all gone. They said they got no money. But the biggest lobbyist group in California, the teachers union, they got plenty of money, but we ain't got money for wood shop and none of the other stuff, but we got all that money, the fact for y'all to keep y'all pension and sit on y'all lazy asses. Something got by us, y'all. Something got by us. Okay? So pull your nose about all these different parties. Whoever's working, like Ice Cube said it, God said through Ice Cube, whoever's working with me on the plan, the platinum plan, and that's what we for. That's what we need to be as blacks. If you want to go get real with it, okay? We need to repair our damage from Jim Crow. Stop blaming that on that. And one more thing, stop only blaming, stop blaming just the white man from the plantation, because guess what? I'm going to say this if y'all go, and I'm going to be mad at me. Them Africans gave us away too, okay? For gunpowder, for diamonds, for cinnamons, okay? The motherfuckers they didn't like, the families don't like, the king didn't like, send them motherfuckers. Okay, because that white man did not come up in there with his little guns starting, and we all in the bushes know where all the hides out is. No, he didn't just come in there. Some of us was given away. So we're going to put blame all around, but it ain't about the blame no more. It's about the progression. Okay, let's get over it. Let's work with what we got to work. Like Ice Cube, like God said to Ice Cube again, because it's a great thing I used this week because it was very important for us to know that. We working with whoever's in power and making sure that they do what they say when they finish. All I know is one party sat down with that brother and one party said wait after the election. And we always get that after election later on. You remember Good Time when the alderman came in and he came with a good speech and changed them, and then he left them all in the projects. He left them all in the projects, okay? While all the surrounding neighborhood with other races was growing. So, save yourself, save somebody else. Just give a man a chance and just look at the facts. take the racism card off the table because they popping it around like it's pills, y'all. It don't even mean nothing no more. Okay? And yes, black folks can be racist too. And if you're Caucasian and you on your job and you don't got no minority nowhere around or any other race, think about that ain't fair, that ain't right. That ain't fair and that ain't right. And one of the reasons why white folks is having a hard time right now is because, like, the chicken has come home to crow. Y'all have been doing some things that you didn't have to do. And I know CNN made y'all afraid of us and made afraid of them and made everybody afraid of them. Satan did all that. But one thing is for sure, we all down here together. We all bleed the same. If I hit you on top of your head, we all bust down to the white meat, okay? And when we leave here, them bodies stay here, all right? So let's all figure out a way to get along as a middle class. And let's figure out how to reel some of this back, y'all, because we've been sleeping way too long. Way too long. Way too long. And they trying to fool us with the buffoonery. Because Ice Cube was on there and the whole time Martin was trying to do is slap him with BLM. That girl came on with the ring in her nose, looking like she just, I don't want to get nasty on the air, looking like she still got fresh vagina in that ring on her nose with her little hair all poopy dude. And all he kept trying to do was trying to get her and him together. And Ice Cube was like, no, I got, I think I don't mind talking to her, but I'm watching him trying to group him in. Because once he can group you in to their movement, they can destroy you or slip yours away. That's what they did when they came with Malcolm's movement. They slipped them in there on their intent to kill the movement, okay? By having him trying to push that girl to be with Ice Cube to sit down with, he's trying to kill this movement. Don't let him kill your movement, Cube. Don't let him kill your movement, man. Stay independent of your movement. And all those that want to be with you, let them know if you're coming to do on the agenda way that we need, it's for blacks only. And that's all we trying to look out for a minute. Ain't like we trying to stay there. We ain't trying to say we owe nothing. We just trying to say it's our piece of the pie been chopped up by so many different races, Indian, Asian, everything, under this mystique of minority. But the black affirmative action that was due to us, since you didn't give us reparations, you've been chopping away at it, giving it to other races. And what he's trying to say is, no, we want this to be just for us, for a change. And we want that out of these $3 trillion y'all bouncing around. So in closing, check your facts, check yourself, check your relationship with God, check your ego, check your hatred, check your insanity, and come back to the table. Because we're in the third world country and America and everybody else is in that same war. It ain't gonna matter. So the point is, do we want the war here or do we want the war over there? Okay, because the Antichrist is coming through the global market. And he's coming with the mark of the beast. This mask thing, y'all, is the beginning of mandatory, put the mask on or you can't get no food, whatever. That's in the Bible. So that's just the beginning. Because when they actually put that chip in your hand, that mark of that beast, if you don't take it, you ain't getting no food. Read your Bible. Go to Revelations, think I'm playing. Go. I ain't that biblical, I know a little bit, but go to your pastor, ask him, where is that at? I might be the chapter of John. Before that, he had a vision, and God showed him, that the beast was going. Get in your Bibles, y'all. Read some of that. You don't understand it, get with a group of folks and try to figure it out, okay? But right now, the third temple is being built. And God allowed Donald Trump to be the one to make that happen for one reason, y'all, in order, because now everybody said that Bible is just hoopla. They've been saying that for a long time. Well, now, in our time, there's something really happening. Check that. Since you think it's just hoopla, check that. Y'all have a great day. Peace.